Good morning, warriors. It's time for another important video. I hope you all are doing well. Before we get started, I want to say thank you for all the wonderful comments on the previous videos. I appreciate the likes, suggestions, and feedback. Also, I want to give a shout out to some people who regularly comment. Thank you all for taking the time to engage on my videos. It means a lot. Now let's get into today's discussion. This one was suggested by several people. They brought up the idea that women may be confused at times, but they will follow your lead. What I want to talk about is how women react to men who practice semen retention. A lot of you guys like when I discuss this subject, so I try to bring it up regularly. But every so often it's good to revisit, because I know retaining your seed and finding the right balance with women is important. You don't want to be lonely, but you also don't want to weaken yourself. To many women, lack of self-control is seen as a weakness in a man. What I've noticed is how females react incredibly to a man's retained energy. The attention I get from females of all ages has been quite noticeable. If I had known these secrets earlier in life, man, it would have been amazing. But I didn't discover this stuff until later. It really shows how much difference retention can make. Women seem to notice an energy about a man who retains a seed that they are naturally drawn to. The increased masculinity and presence that comes with regular retention seems to unconsciously attract females. If only more men knew these natural laws and how to harness their energy potential through retention practices. I believe the reaction from females is partly biological and subconscious. On a deep level, women are attracted to strong, high-energy men who are in control because that indicates a good protector and provider. It's about respect. Some people may feel intimidated by your energy, but that's their issue, not yours. With women specifically, they can become confused by a man's retained energy. They don't know how to process these intense feelings. So at times, females may act angrily towards a man without fully understanding why. I've even had females get mad at me that I barely know. But then the next minute, they're staring at me with doe eyes, willing to help or obey my lead. What they're really trying to do is avoid their natural attraction and submit to a masculine energy, but they just can't help themselves. It's biology. People are drawn to strength. Throughout history, the strongest men have always been leaders and protectors. That's how nature intended it. Now, when a man practices retention for a long time, like over 300 days, his energy builds up tremendously. He becomes this huge glowing fire magnet that attracts others to him. People can literally feel your power radiating out. It's intoxicating and overwhelming for some. That's why at times females may act angry or confused. They simply don't know how to process such strong masculine energy. But over time, as your retained power increases, you'll notice more positive reactions from women. They become friendlier, more willing to engage with you and follow your lead. They want to be around your energy because it makes them feel alive and passionate. Women are emotional creatures. If they like how they feel when with a man, they'll never want to leave. I believe part of what attracts females is the biological understanding that a retained man has his seed. On a primal level, women are drawn to impregnate themselves with a powerful man who can provide strong offspring. It's nature at work. Some may try to resist this urge, but ultimately females can't help being attracted to masculinity and strength. My friends, having this retained energy is no joke. If a man went hundreds of years without releasing, I can only imagine the hypnotic power he'd develop. In old movies, Dracula seemed able to mesmerize people with his eyes alone. While that's fiction, there must be an element of truth to how energy retention can influence others. Your power becomes overwhelming for those around you, so women may feel confused by your masculine power at first. But over time, they'll respect your leadership and follow your strong retained energy wherever it leads. Just make sure to guide any woman who surrenders to your charisma in a caring, protective way. Take her by the hand and she'll be yours forever because she loves the passion you ignite within her soul. Brothers, before I sign off, I want to dive a bit deeper into some of these topics we discussed. The reactions of women to retained men is complex, with many biological and energetic factors at play. Let me try to provide some additional context and perspective. On the biological side, recent scientific studies have shown how pheromones and subtle cues can strongly influence attraction between males and females across species. For humans, it is thought that prolonged retention significantly amplifies a man's natural pheromone output and hormonal balance. This subconsciously communicates health, strength, and virility to potential mates. Combine this with the fact that women are biologically programmed to select partners who display traits linked to superior survival of offspring. Strength, leadership, confidence, and control of resources like seed were crucial in our ancestral past. Retention enhances all of these masculine attributes at a primal level below conscious thought. So in many ways, a retained man truly does become his most biologically fit and attractive self to females. It triggers wired-in responses dating back to our evolutionary history as hunters and protectors on the savannah. No matter what modern feminism may claim, millions of years of selection cannot be overridden so easily on the genetic level. However, biology is just one piece of the puzzle. I also believe the energetic dimension plays a huge role in how women perceive retained men. Through practices like meditation, yoga, and qigong, the ancient sages discovered we are far more than flesh and bone. Our souls, or life force energies, interact in tangible yet subtle ways. When a man retains his seed for prolonged periods, his inner energies undergo powerful transformations. Chakras clear and balance, prana flows freely, and an almost tangible glow begins to emanate from within. This magnified aura can be felt by others in one's presence on energetic and even electromagnetic levels that transcend physical senses. So in a way, a highly retained man broadcasts his heightened state of being like a high-powered radio tower, broadcasting waves that positively entrain all who tune in. Women subconsciously sense the potency and harmonious flow of his life force, which triggers attraction as their own energies align and resonate with his elevated frequency. Some refer to this as an empathic or psychic ability, though it need not involve conscious thought. The energetic bodies communicate directly in a language beyond words. And make no mistake, while subtle, these energy dynamics are just as biologically hardwired as pheromones or physical traits. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Both biology and subtle energies are at play in how women respond to retained men. The former triggers DNA-level reactions while the latter allows soul-level communication and attraction. Together they create a powerfully magnetic synergy, maximized through practices like semen retention, meditation, and self-mastery. It is this alchemy of body and spirit that truly transforms an ordinary man into the mythical hero or leader that females seek both consciously and unconsciously. A highly developed energy body quite literally raises one to a new level of existence, perceived as almost otherworldly by those still trapped in lower vibrations. With great power comes great responsibility, as they say. Those who attain such elevated states must guide others with wisdom, care, empathy, and consent. The darkness within all humans means some will try to manipulate this gift for selfish gain. But a true master uplifts all he touches through righteous leadership by peaceful example. Brothers, never forget your power comes from alignment with divine will, not personal ego. As you raise your frequencies through semen retention and other disciplines, stay vigilant against corruption. Your light is meant to shine for all, not be hoarded for earthly conquests. Rise to your fullest potential, then lift humanity with you to the stars. I wish you all the very best on your heroic journeys of self-mastery and service. This world desperately needs beacons to show the way. Go forth and conquer, but first conquer self with love, courage, and compassion. All right, warriors, I hope this discussion helps give you insight into how women react to retained men. Try observing changes in how females interact with you from when you first started this journey compared to now. The difference will become more pronounced the longer you retain. You truly become a shining beacon that guides others to their highest potential. Before wrapping up, I want to ask, do you think the attraction females feel is more biological or related to sensing a man's retained energy? Personally, I think it's a mix of both. The biological pull can't be resisted, but energy retention amplifies it exponentially. Thanks again. Remember, every day is a new chance to become your greatest self. And don't forget to conquer daily and lead others to victory. Until next time, stay strong, warriors.